From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Feeling good, feeling great. It is Friday and it is the best day. It is time for the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper. And boy, oh boy, we had a great night last night. We went ahead and hit the 9-1 pick 3 last night in the NBA. We were able to get home that under in the Lakers game, the over in the Pels game, and once again, dog of the day, the New York Knickerbockers Knicks tape goes ahead and wins for us. But we'll talk about that in a moment. First, we're going to jump into the NFL right now. And pretty much what we have going on in the NFL, we have Brady versus Rodgers. And this is going to be an epic matchup of proportions, or it could be a great dud, just like in week 3. But I truly do think that this game is going to wind up being one for the ages. And I'm telling you right now, I expect a bruiser between these two teams. And I think that defense is actually going to be here. Defense is going to try to take advantage in this game. I got that feeling. So pretty much you got Aaron Rodgers over here trying to improve himself to the rest of us and show us that he's really there for the that he's one of the legends, that he's one of the greats, but he has to beat a guy like Tom Brady. He's never faced off against a Tom Brady type in this situation. He got Jay Cutler the first time around when he was when they were going to the Super Bowl, and then he was able to get Jimmy G last year. That was a loss, but you know, Aaron Rodgers is coming into this game and he hungry. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been to the Super Bowl in, I think it's been about 12 years, 11 years or so. Since the last time that, you know, he even sniffed the Super Bowl. We thought he was going to go back to 3 or 4 more, but really it was only going to be that one time. And he doesn't want to be like his predecessor before him, Brett Favre, get one Super Bowl and say that, and then just a whole bunch of stats. Then you got Brady, who's sitting over here. You already know, 14th title game, first in the NFC. He's been there, done it. He's the man. Tom Brady has done it all in the NFL. But at the end of the day, though, he still is 43 years old, and there's a lot of things in place right now that are saying that Tom Brady could be, the weakest link in this game, or he could be the biggest strength in this game. But all in all, at the end of the day, though, this comes down to who wants it more, and I think that the run game is going to be the difference in this as well, too. So that's why I'm thinking to myself that when we get down to it and everything is put all said and done at the end of the day, we are going to have ourselves a classic here in Lambeau. And then it's going to be cold weather as well, too. So Tom's ready for that, and I know Aaron's ready for that as well, too. Now, let's just see if the rest of their teammates are ready for that, because, you know, you got some of these guys that have been playing in tropical weather all year, and they might not get used to the cold like that. But this is going to be one of those classic NFL film games, regardless of the outcome, and a lot of people are going to be excited about it, and there should be a lot of betting action on this game as well, too. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the update on Mr. Mahomes real quick. It's been confirmed now that he has been cleared from that concussion, so he will be playing Sunday. And he also does have a toe injury as well, too. I'm hearing that it might be a bit of turf toe as well, too, because before he got lit up and RKO'd by Matt Wilson, he was dealing with a little bit of a toe injury before that, because he went to the sideline and looked over at his teammates and said, "Man, I'm hurting a little bit right now." And I saw that. This was about the second possession of the game, and he went through with it. But then pretty much I think that he's being kind of cautious of that situation. And then boom, what happens next? It's the concussion. So pretty much Mahomes risk or reward. To me, I put this up here, this titled it like this because are you willing to risk it all to go ahead and get to the Super Bowl? Yes, you are. But at the end of the day, though, if they feel like he's not playing up to par or anything of that nature, then what happens here is going to be pretty much walk in the park for the it's going to be a walk in the park for the Bills. I think that Mahomes is the X factor. He's the key ingredient to everything that's moving forward. And no, Chad Henne can't come off the bench and save you this time around. I felt like the Browns, them being new to the situation, they got a little overexcited and they didn't really. They kind of fizzled in crunch time because the first thing you saw was calling a timeout for at a time where you didn't need to call a timeout. And pretty much that wasted time. They lost the timeout, and this was detrimental at the end of the game. So at the end of the day, Mahomes risk or reward. This is going to be a big deal. That they can't go without Mahomes actually trying to get at least a series out there. But this is a big risk right here because he was very woozy. And as earlier when I talked to former Pro Bowler Lofa Tapatui, when I interviewed him, he said that those usually are concussions that you come back from after 2 or 3 weeks. So pretty much he might be still feeling a little woozy, and this Bills defense is ready for the task. Now, we're talking Bills. What's the reason why the Bills are sitting in the position that they're sitting in now? Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs has helped bring back the K-Gun. I call it the K-Gun 2.0. As you guys know, if you follow me on the Twitter, I said during the Bills playoff game last year, or the Patriots game that they played on the Saturday, that they were a receiver away from being the K-Gun K-Gun 2.0. I think that Devin Singletary still is going to be a very good running back moving forward. It's just been a down year for him because you know what? They got to know each other a little bit better this year with Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen, and they became one of the better duos in the NFL when it comes to quarterback and receiver. So pretty much they're going to play up that relationship right there. But you still have Devin Singletary, who's an absolute beast, and he can play the role of Thermo here as well. So pretty much Stefon Diggs has been the X factor because this has been perfect for both teams. He was miserable in Minnesota, and the Bills were dying for a receiver. And he even asked to come to Buffalo mid-season last year via trade. So pretty much now when we look at this situation, you tell yourself, you're like, okay, Stefon Diggs did choose the right place to play at, and he is absolutely crushing it this season. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys his stats on the year. As I told you guys earlier, it seemed like he had caught 30 passes in a 2-week span, and right now he has 141 balls on the year. He's caught 141 receptions, and he's also had 1,769 receiving yards to go with 10 touchdowns. He's getting 12.5 yards per clip, 98.3 yards per game. That is absolutely incredible, and the games that he's had this season are just wow. They're Hall of Fame worthy. I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but he's having one of those seasons that you can go back and say, man, I torched the NFL. And that's exactly what Stefon Diggs is doing right now. And he is the difference, and he is the main factor in this team being exactly where they're at right now. All right, so let's go ahead. Nice game between the Lakers and the Bucks. State of the Lakers right now, and with the state of the Lakers, we have ourselves a very, very fun stat line that we can go ahead and look at. LeBron James, or should I say it like the little kid, LeBron James? Well, LeBron James went ahead and had himself a game last night. He had to show the young boy Giannis that he still runs the show here in the NBA. He winds up getting 34 points last night, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He went 6 of 10 from the 3-point line last night, and also 52% shooting for LeBron last night as well, too. Now, Giannis comes into the game. Giannis, 2-time MVP, was also the Defensive Player of the Year, blah, 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 blah. We're giving him way too many awards way too early, and it's starting to really show. But at the end of the day, though, we know why, because the team has been the number one team in the league record-wise the last 2 years, not being champion wise, but still you're doing your best job of being the Seattle Supersonics, the Utah Jazz, being the number one in the conference, but still falling short. And I'm talking about the 90s group and things of that nature. But all in all, though, we have Giannis, who scored 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 turnovers. Come on, Doc. Stop thinking you're a point guard. You've already showed that you're a very dominant player as is, from what you already do. And I think that it's about time that Coach Bud takes the ball out of his hands 70% of the time. It's starting to become a detriment to their team when they're playing against better teams in the NBA. Yeah, you can do that to the Grizzlies and to the Grizzlies and Thunders of the world, but you're not going to get away with that with a team like the Lakers, who are game tight and gamed up to play against you. Now, somebody who impressed me a lot last night was KCP. KCP has been one of the hottest shooters on the Lakers. Nobody's even mentioning this part. And he finishes up with 23 last night to assist LeBron in helping the Lakers get a good win, because the Lakers were down about 10 for a bit this game. And then they went on a 24 run in the quarter and start the second half. And that literally was lights out for the Milwaukee Bucks. So pretty much KCP was huge once he was able to get going, and they left him open a lot last night. And then you had AD finish up with 18 points, 9 rebounds as well. AD had a pretty good game as well too. He was it was more of a game where you can have AD be. It was just pretty much just going with the flow. They had a lot of double teams going on him as well too. So pretty much we are at a good state and a good place that shows that pretty much this team is ready to roll. And I know it's still really early in the season, but the Lakers are 8-0 on the road, and they're showing that this is not for the faint of heart. They're going to come in here and they're going to beat you. And that's exactly what they want to do. That's like the goal right now. It's like they can't wait to go on the road and play against these teams, because it's so tough to play at Staples without a crowd. Honestly, it's a 50-50 game at Staples, but they feel like they can really, really rock out at these other arenas because they're getting a couple fans to these arenas as well too. So all in all, the Lakers go ahead and improve to 12-4 on the season, and they find themselves right now still atop of the West, and they are 8-0 now on the road. Now we go ahead and let's talk about the Knicks game from last night. The Knicks were absolutely incredible. They played great defense last night, but they played even better offense last night. We had a RJ Barrett signing last night as well too. RJ Barrett wound up finishing up that game with 28 points last night. He was an absolute gem for the Knicks, and it is looking good. I think that he's not getting as much pub as a Zion because the Knicks aren't that good. But the thing is, though, as I told before, he will wind up being the better NBA player in the long term, because he got to the Knicks, and it just seems like he's so built to be a 12-year, 13-year NBA guy. Not even if he's an all-star, pretty much he can just be a high-end role player, but he's going to be in this league for a decade or better. And he put on a damn good performance last night, and he really did make the Warriors respect his name. So pretty much he drops 20 on them last night. He grabs it and gives up 5 assists as well too. But the guy that really you go ahead and you tip your cap to is former Laker Julius Randle, who went ahead and scored 16 points last night, got 17 rebounds, and was a assist short of a triple-double. He wound up getting 9 assists last night as well too. So pretty much great game for Julius Randle. Julius Randle's coming to his own there in New York, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. And before we go to break, I want to make sure that we do go ahead and honor the memory of the great Hank Aaron, who passed away today at 86. Hank Aaron was the home run leader from Babe Ruth. Famous call from Vince Scully. That's the exact picture that was taken when he hit the home run as well too against the LA Dodgers, and that was 7-15 right there as well. And he finished up the number he finished up with, I think, was 762. So pretty much You know, Hank Hammer and Hank Aaron, one of the legends, one of the great, passes away at 86. Our condolences to his family, his wife, his children, everybody who has had some type of relationship with Hammer and Hank Aaron. All right. When we get back, we're going to go ahead and jump to the CBB bets list. So you guys stay tuned. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DBIC Time Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles live.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune into Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
Play on my shit for some reason. I'm not playing it, you know.
Just give it. It's just probably pause. Just give it a sec. Oh. Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? Just had to fire off that tweet real quick so y'all can get on up in here and get to watching the show and everything like that. I'm going to fire off one more so they can make sure that they get on up in here and stop asking me, where's the list at? Where's this at? Get your butt on up in here and watch the show, and I'm going to get you what you need to get. So pretty much at the end of the day, we're going to go ahead and make some money. Everybody who wants to view in, but make sure you can catch the replay all day on the YouTube. You can catch it on Facebook, and you can catch it on the Periscope as well too. So pretty much here we are. We're going to jump into the Big West bets list to start off our CBB bets list for today. And pretty much with the CBB bets list, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Cal Poly with the 16.5. Now, I know a lot of people are scratching their head like, why are you on Cal Poly for a game like this? Okay, Cal Poly's coming into the game 2-8. UC Irvine 6-4, right? Okay, Cal Poly's lost their last 5 in a row. Irvine's won their last 3 in a row. Irvine's going to come in here and not take this team as seriously as they should. They got two good wins over Santa Barbara. You play up to Santa Barbara because Santa Barbara is one of the top teams in the conference. But then when you get down to it and you see a team like Cal Poly, you're going to say, well, we can mess around a little bit. They ain't going to be that much of a threat. And then Cal Poly winds up covering the game. That's what I'm looking at. That's the angle that I'm taking right here. And that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cal Poly Slow Boys to go ahead and cover this spread plus 16.5. Let's see how it shakes out. And with my big dog of the day, I'm going to go out to that school that's sitting in the valley, and that's going to be the Cal State Northridge Matadors. Pretty much, I know a lot of people that went there, and pretty much that was literally the party school. They party a little bit harder than they do at USC and UCLA, and these is big facts. But if you're from California, in Southern California, you know this. And San Diego State parties as well too. So I think they're neck and neck still, Northridge and San Diego State. But I'm taking Northridge tonight with the plus 300. The boys always figure out a way to show up at home, and I think they get the monster upset tonight over Santa Barbara. So Santa Barbara is coming in 8-3 though right now. 8.5 point spread towards them as well too. So you can take the plus 8.5 as your insurance as well. Then we got UC San Diego coming in. UC Davis is playing against San Diego today, and pretty much this is going to be a really, really good game between these two teams. And from what you can see here is San Diego has been struggling. They got beat by 31 last time out. UC Davis was able to win by actually 33 last time out, but they were playing against a nobody school as well too, little school. So pretty much what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and take UC Davis here with the -4, and let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. Now we got Cal State Bakersfield, the old darlings of the Division II. We actually had a good friend that went to high school with us and played ball. Actually went ahead and won a national championship with Cal State Bakersfield a decade or so ago. So pretty much they always loom with danger because they always get the best JUCO guys to come on out there to Bakersfield, the middle of nowhere, and come play some basketball. So pretty much they're 9-4 on the season. They're going against Riverside, who's one of the better teams in the conference this season as well too. And I think Bakersfield wants to keep this thing rolling. They're 5-1 in conference play right now, and they are looking towards winning their first Big West as well too. So I think that it's all systems go right now. I got Bakersfield with the money line plus 135 going ahead and winning this game tonight. All right, so we move on, and we have ourselves the Cal State Fullerton, who's in a spot against the Rainbows, the boys from Hawaii. So pretty much what goes on here, in my opinion, I think that what happens here is that we have Cal State Fullerton go ahead and cover. Hawaii always has issues when they come to California when they play against the lower schools like CSUN, or if they were playing against, say, like Cal Poly Slow, they'll win the game, but they'll wind up making it more than what it needs to be. So pretty much at the end of the day, this is what we have to do. We only take Fullerton, they the home team, and hopefully nothing happens with the game, because these Cali games is always hit or miss when it's about going on and everything like that. All right, so pretty much we move on to the we move on to the Conference USA, and in Conference USA we have ourselves a full slate of games here. Conference USA, we start off with a banging matchup. We got Charlotte going against Florida Atlantic. Charlotte coming into the game 6-6. Florida Atlantic is 7-6 right now. Florida Atlantic is a 1.5 point favorite, so that's why we are jumping on the money line here. I'm going to go ahead and take Charlotte with the plus 115. Charlotte's 2-2 in their last 4. They did have to play 2 games in a row against UAB, and were able to beat UAB by 15 points. And UAB is one of the better teams in the conference as well. Now, Florida Atlantic beat up on rival FIU in 2 back-to-back games, but had lost 3 in a row right before this stretch as well too. So pretty much they got some good wins. They won by 2, and then they went ahead and won by 44 in the next game. So this is going to be a really good game tonight, but I think Charlotte brings a different approach than FIU, and I got Charlotte going ahead winning this game tonight plus 115. Let's see how it shakes out. We move on, and we have Mississippi Southern Miss going against San Antonio, Texas San Antonio, and we have ourselves a really good one. Texas San Antonio coming in here as a 5-point favorite today, and they've actually lost their last 4 out of 5 games too. And then you have Southern Miss, who's actually won 2 in a row against Middle Tennessee State. Once again, those back-to-back games as well. And so that pretty much was something that kind of was helpful for Southern Miss because they were coming off a 3-game skid as well too. So Southern Miss should go ahead and continue that good play. They won by 5 last time out, but they won by 30 the game before that, and I feel like they can bring the same exact to the table. So that's why we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this group to take care of us today, and we're gonna get the +5 on Southern Mississippi. You guys can money line them as well too. Then we have FIU today, +8. They're going against Marshall. We Are Marshall. Great movie there. We Are Marshall. So pretty much we're going to be taking Florida International. I know you guys are like, dude, didn't you just say they got beat by 44 points? Yep. And I said, and that's when you really go ahead and bet these teams, because thing is, these teams have lost by 44 points. Oh, you ain't got nothing but winning on your mind. Seriously. Or you just don't stop showing up for practice. Seriously. You lose your rival by 44 points and you don't care, just don't show up anymore. They got a bunch of student assistants or something like that can take your place. So I feel like Florida International is going to step it up. They're going to be at home. They'll have a few fans there as well too. And I like them with the +8 today. I think they lose by 6 or less. Let's see how it shakes out. All right, we move on, and we have ourselves one that everybody's going to kind of scratch their head at with me. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think this is going to be a good deal for us. We have UAB going against Rice, and Rice is coming into this game with one of the best records I've ever seen them with. They're coming into the game 10-4, but UAB, the University of Alabama, Birmingham, they're coming into this game with a 10-2 record. So when I look at this, the way they shape out on the board, you got a UAB team that's won their last 3 out of 4 games. They had a little bit of a rough ride with the Charlotte, but that was on the road. They're back home, a place that's been very friendly to them as well to this season. And I think that UAB is good enough to go ahead and take care of their business. I know that they have the same amount of wins, and only two difference was only 2 losses. But when I look at this team, the way that they played, they reeled off the season of winning their first 7 in a row. So, this team is ready for this situation. I think that we'll be good. We'll have good money here because they've blown out a lot of teams this year in their victories as well, too. So pretty much it is what it is. I'm taking UAB today, -10. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we have Louisiana Tech here for our final bet in this conference. And what we're doing with Louisiana Tech is they're coming in here 11-4, going against UTEP, who's 6-6. They're 1.5 on here. I'm not going to take the money line. I'm just going to say that they can win this game by 2 points or better. Louisiana Tech, 3-game winning streak, while UTEP is on a 3-game losing streak. That means absolutely nothing. But at the end of the day, though, it makes you trust Louisiana Tech just a bit more. So let's see how it shakes out, and we move forward from there. Up next, we have the Horizon. In the Horizon, we have ourselves some really good games tonight, especially the game up that's at the top. The game that's at the top is going to be Youngstown State and Illinois, Chicago. So you got the suburbs of Cleveland going against the city, the boys that play in the city. So pretty much Youngstown State is the home team tonight, and the spread has been flipping back and forth. When I first put it up, Youngstown State, when I first bet it for Youngstown State, was the favorite. Now Illinois, Chicago is the favorite, but it's the same number, -1.5. And so pretty much you can call this a pick 'em. And you have a Youngstown State team that just lost 3 in a row, right? But at the end of the day, though, this team is still going to be one of those squads that's going to be dangerous. They're going to loom the danger, and they're back at home as well, too. They've had the last 4 games on the road. So I think that pretty much what's happens here is that we're going to have Youngstown State get us this victory here, and we'll go from there, because this is going to be a big, big spot for them today. And they want to keep this early momentum going on the season as well, too. So there it is. There it is. All right. So we move on, and we have ourselves another really good game here with Green Bay and IPFW. That's going to be Indiana, Purdue, Fort Worth. Jeez Louise, so many names for the school. You know what I mean? Dang, Purdue and Indiana. This is one of their mixed schools, though. So pretty much we have this here. They're 6-5 coming into the game, and they're going against this Green Bay team that's 3-11. So I think IPFW should be really good for us today. They've won their last 4 out of 5 games, and they won their last game by 7-9. This was against Milwaukee. Now, Green Bay had won 3 in a row, then lost 2 in a row, and that was actually them already being 0-9 to start the season, but they had won 3 games in a row. Now I feel like pretty much their momentum has kind of set to the side a little bit, and this is why you have this team sitting up in here playing. This is why you have this team winning 3 in a row, then losing 2 in a row, and I think that honestly, Fort Wayne's going to take full advantage of this, and they're going to get themselves a nice victory by 4 points or better. Then we move on and we have Oakland money line. They're going against arch rival Detroit Mercy. I'm going to go ahead and take them with the minus 125. Oakland's coming into the game 5-12, while Mercy's coming into the game 3-7. I really do like what Oakland's coming with tonight. I'm going to take them with the minus 125. Let's see how it shakes out. And then we have the final game of the group in the horizon is going to be Milwaukee at Cleveland State tonight. Milwaukee's coming in here 5-4, while Cleveland State's coming in here 9-4. Okay, so pretty much right now, when I look at it, you got a Cleveland team that's coming in here winners of their last 4 out of 5, but got smoked by Wright State by 56 points. So they coming back and they're going to have some vengeance on their mind as well, too. Milwaukee coming off 2 bad losses against IPFW, like I said to you guys prior, but they had 2 wins in a row against IUPUI. Golly, man, these names are killing me right now, brother. But what's called they sound like bad games. Like, where you from? IUPUI? So pretty much there it is, +5 on Milwaukee. Let's see how it shakes out. And that's going to be the Horizon Bets list for you. So last but not least, let's go ahead and jump into my favorite conference, the Metro. This is the New Yorkers and the Pennsylvanias and the Connecticut's all in one. But really, this is all about the upstate New York schools and all that good stuff. And we're going to start off with one that's right by Buffalo, Niagara, money line, minus 115. Niagara has themselves a good game tonight, but I think that pretty much they'll be the winner here. I think that they've been playing some pretty good basketball all season, a little bit under the radar. And as you guys always know, the Metro is the most wide open conference in America. So you don't know what to expect in these games a lot of times. So pretty much Niagara today, against Quinnipiac. That game is going to be going on as soon as we get done with the show. So pretty much you guys be ready for that. But I can't wait. Quinnipiac. And pretty much we'll go from there. And that's it for that game right there. And also, let me go ahead. Manhattan and Monmouth has been postponed. So pretty much that game will be made up sometime next week. But that game has been postponed. But I was going to go Manhattan tonight +5. Now we have St. Peter's tonight. They're going against Siena. St. Peter's coming into the game 6-5. Siena's actually undefeated 6-0. And pretty much from what you can see here, St. Pete's hasn't been playing as good as they did to start the year. They had a dynamite game against St. John's, and they really haven't been the same since. So pretty much I'm looking at this team right now. They've lost the last 2 in a row to Canisius after winning 2 in a row. So I think St. Peter's is about due to have themselves a really good game. And I think that Siena is ripe for an upset tonight too as well, being a 6-0 team and not really playing much. So pretty much let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. +4 on St. Peter's. And then for our final game on the bets list, and before we go to commercial break, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into this game with Ryder. And Ryder is a 2.5 point favorite in the game. They're going against Marist, who's just been having a difficult time all season. Both these teams have dropped their last 4 out of 5 games, but Ryder was much better in their last game, only losing by 2 points, and Marist lost by 3. So this might be one of those games today, but I think Ryder's going to take care of us. Why? Because I'm a Ryder for life. So pretty much let's go ahead and see how that one shakes out, and we'll go from there. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take us another quick commercial break, and you guys be on the lookout right now. Horse and Rounds about to be uploaded. So pretty much it is what it is. It's another great Friday over at the Great Race Place. You guys make sure you watch the video, get your horses in and everything like that, and we'll go from there. But pretty much you guys stay tuned. This is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles live. The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? All right, we are back with the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be a good NBA card tonight. We have ourselves some really good games going on, and up first we got one that I really do admire a lot, and that game is going to be the Magic and the Pacers. So pretty much we have the Magic and Pacers -2.5 to the Pacers tonight, over under 218.5 to the over under on the scoreboard tonight. So pretty much when you look at this game, everything calls for the Pacers to have a good night tonight. This game has actually been bet up since earlier today. This game is now at a 4.5. You got a Pacers team that's coming in here losers of their last two games in a row. You have the Magic who lost their 3 in a row before hitting that buzzer beater that we showed you guys last night. So pretty much this game is, to me, a 50-50 call. And when you look at it, you got a Pacers team that's 10th in scoring, 113 a game. And then they're also 9th in field goal percentage with 47.6 nightly. And one thing that the Magic that's keeping them alive right now is free throw percentage. They're shooting almost 80% from the free throw line. And when it comes down to assists, the Pacers are getting 26.3. That's good for 6th in the league right now as well, too. And they're 12th in block shots as well. So when you look at everything when it comes down to the Magic, the best thing they do is protect the ball. They're 3rd in turnovers at 12.4. But when I look at this game, I tell myself that the Pacers should be on it tonight, but the Magic do loom the danger because they got a day off after a very exhilarating game. And I think that pretty much what happens is that we're going to have ourselves a damn good game tonight, and it can go either way. But I really do think that maybe when you play a game like this one, you got a scoreboard watch here, and I'll have my answer for you guys in a moment when we go ahead and introduce this for high five. Pretty much we move forward now, and we got a game between the young puppies, and that's going to be the Bulls and the Hornets tonight. They're going to be having themselves a pretty good rematch. They always have these exciting games when they play each other. Right now, we got LaMelo Ball, who's actually killing it right now. He's averaging almost 12 points a game, almost 7 rebounds a game, and 6 assists a game. He's pacing himself very well, and he's a part of a group that's averaging double figures out of 5 of the Hornets. And it's funny because he doesn't start, and he's not getting as many minutes as he should be getting. He's only getting 25 minutes a night. I think Melo should be bumped up to about 30 minutes a night, and you start taking away some of Devontae Graham's minutes. I know Devontae is a really good player, but your future lies with LaMelo Ball. So LaMelo Ball, with the more time LaMelo Ball gets, the better the Hornets play. So why don't we go ahead and make that adjustment? This is a young new head coach in the NBA, and he might not have his job for a long time if he doesn't make that adjustment as soon as possible. Seriously, they're treating him like they did MJ the second season when he hurt his foot. Don't do that. Let the boy play. He's not like Zion where he's missing and not going up and down the court. The boy, let him play because James Wiseman is getting to play right now. That's why he looks so good. And we don't even know about Edwards. Come on, man. That guy, it's another Michael Olakandi situation, in my opinion. So, but he's better than Olakandi. He seems more confident than Olakandi, but I just don't know. But all in all, that's just my rant with it. Let me stay on point. The Bulls, though, Zach LaVine have himself a season, though, brother. 27.4 a game, and he's getting almost 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and he's shooting 38.7 from the three-point stripe and 49% from field goal. So when I look at this game, this is a get-back game, in my opinion, for the Hornets. The Hornets should have won opening day against they should have won. I'm thinking about a game from last year that they played against Chicago. That was a thriller, but I truly do think that the Hornets are good. I don't even need to take them on money line tonight. I think that they'll be good enough to cover that -3 that we had up, but now it's at 2.5, even better for you. So let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. We move forward from there. Now, our next game up for tonight is going to be the Nets and the Cavs, and we got to do this again. We got to do this dance again, and I think tonight they're not going to be surprised by anything. I think Colin Sexton is going to actually get double teamed a little bit tonight, and I think what happens here is that you're going to have a Nets team get back because the Nets aren't looking good right now. They're 9-7 on the year. They need themselves a good winning streak to really impress all of us to say that, hey, you know what, this team is going to have it together. But they got to get it together because they gave 147 points to a team that only averages 99 points a game, the worst in the NBA. And you let them get 147 on you, and then you let their star player get 20 in the overtime. You got to clean that up. And Steve Nash, stop arm folding and get on up and start coaching your team. Or just have D'Antoni go ahead and just do the job for you. I don't know. But pretty much I'm looking at this Colin Sexton coming into the game, averaging 27 points a game. And he's getting but my biggest problem with Colin Sexton is, though, he's a point guard and he's under 4 when it comes to assists. This is the reason why Cleveland is still stuck in neutral. Now, KD coming into the game, averaging 31.3. Harden's following up right behind him with 29 a game. Then Kyrie's chipping in his 28 game. Is absolutely stupid. Seriously, this 90 points a game coming from the big. This is, like they said, this may be the highest victory you'll ever have in life. And then Joe in 14. So literally, you can have these 4 players score and still probably win the game. All right, so at the end of the day, I think that the Nets and Cavs is going to be no surprises here. The Nets probably rolling this one by a lot. All right, so we move on to our final game before we go to another break, and this one is going to actually be Celtics 76ers game. And I'll be quick here because this series is starting to bore me this season as well, too, because you know that 76ers Celtics is always going to be a close game. It's always going to come down to who wants it more. Blase, 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 blase. But at the end of the day, though, it's not going to really mean anything until we get to the playoffs. And Joel Embiid is playing great basketball this season. I just want to say that. Nobody has said one time Joel Embiid should be on the MVP list. But Joel, I'm going to go ahead and make sure they know what you're doing right now. He's getting 26.4 a game, and then he's also getting 11.3 rebounds a night as well, too. And then, he needs more from Ben Simmons, though. Ben Simmons, you get 12 points a game. He needs more from you, period, point blank. Stop trying to be Magic Johnson because you're not that. You can be a scorer in this league. You're 6'10". Stop wasting your time sitting at the perimeter. Get your butt to that rim and get some fouls, man. So there it is. Celtics 76ers preview. I think tonight what you got to do is Celtics are going to be much better in this game tonight. I think the points with the Celtics is the smart look, and we'll see how it goes. That +4.5 is looking good, but it will probably trickle down to +4, +3.5 before we do get to the actual tip-off before the game. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and take us a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to go ahead and get through this second half of the NBA preview, and then we're going to go ahead and start talking some tickets, okay? So
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another, and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange. The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store in your iOS or Android. The sports betting app. Viget.
All right, we are back with the Primetime Angles with the one and only Pop DBIC, the Primetime Capper. And pretty much don't worry about it. We did go to commercial fairly quickly, but we needed to go to commercial. I'm glad that my engineer did that. You know, pretty much we're going to go ahead and cut your mic off real quick. Cut it, you know, I could be all egotistical and be like, you cut my damn mic off. But you know what? We family, so it's all good. What you call it? So we move on, and I think, and this right here, we got the Hawks and the Timberwolves tonight. This one is going to be a really good game, okay? Hawks coming in this game. I think the Hawks are struggling a little bit. They won the last 2 in a row, but that was against really bad teams. They beat Minnesota by 11, and then they barely beat Detroit the other night. Detroit actually was in the game with them. Timberwolves, you're struggling right now. Yes, we know this. You're struggling badly right now. Yeah, they're sitting up in here right now, losers of their last 3 out of 4 games, and there was a heartbreaker the other night. So the reason why I'm gonna rock out with this bet today, get it out to you guys. We're going to the Super High Five, which we're gonna get to in a moment. But today, this team will be the NBA dog of the day at plus 195. That's going to be the Minnesota Wolves at home doggy, plus 195 at the house today. Reason being is because they got their hearts broken the other night with a chippy of a shot. The Hawks are been playing kind of complacent basketball lately. I think that they're going to come in here and get a little lazy to start off the game. And I think that OKG and Russell should have a big night tonight. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And so let's see how it shakes out, and we'll just go from there. All right, so pretty much there it is. Plus 195, dog of the day, Minnesota. Let's go. All right, so we move on, and we have ourselves a doozy here. This one is going to be between the Mavs and the Spurs. And the Mavs and Spurs coming into this game, you know, they're old rivals. We know they know each other very well. And so pretty much what we have here is we have a very good game. And I think what happens here is that you got Luka over here averaging almost a triple-double. As we talked about yesterday, DeMar DeRozan is the lead scorer for his team. So where are we going with this? I think that what happens here is that you're going to have yourself a really good game tonight, but what happens here is that you have a San Antonio team that will probably edge them out just a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it takes out. And pretty much it's a toss-up. You can go either way here, but I would say that maybe the home team will be your best bet here in that spot. Now we move on because we're moving quickly. We move on to the Nuggets and the Suns. This could be the game of the night. You got a Suns team coming in here 8-5, the Nuggets 7-7, but the Nuggets are going to be better than this as we move forward. So when I look at this game, I see a Nuggets team that's actually they're struggling, but they just know that they need to hit their groove. Right now, they got Jokic averaging 25.1, and this is really, really weird to me, but I think he's hurt at this time. Jamal Murray's only averaging 19.2 points a game, and he was getting 27 in the playoffs, and he was getting 25 during the season last year. Something is wrong with Jamal Murray, and it's not game-wise, it's something physical, and he put a lot of work in, and he had a lot of naggers when we were doing the playoffs last year. So we have to go ahead and monitor that situation a little bit. And I think that's what's kind of holding up the Nuggets this year, is that he might be a little hurt as we move forward. So pretty much with that, we have ourselves a very good game tonight. It's going to be a 1.5 here as well, too, for this one. So I think what we do here is that you go ahead and you watch the scoreboard in the spot tonight. That's my best bet for you tonight in this game, is to watch the scoreboard tonight and hope for the best when it comes down to it. Okay, and now we move on to our next game, and our next game is going to be this one. It's going to be the Knicks and the Kings, and the Knicks and Kings coming into this one pretty much looking like the Knicks and Kings is up in here looking like last night's game a little bit, in a sense. And right now the actual Kings are 4.5-point favorite again. So did the lines makers learn a lesson from last night with the Knicks? But I know why they're doing this, because the Knicks don't play consistent on back-to-back nights. So pretty much they might be letting up on their guard a little bit tonight, and that's what the odds makers are looking at. But at the end of the day, you still have yourself a live dog here when it comes down to the Knicks tonight. But all in all, though, I would just say take the points with the Knicks. Don't get too cute here with the money line. Last night was your money line play. Tonight is your insurance play with the Knicks. They possibly could lose this game by 1 or 2 points late. That's why I'm saying take the 4.5 and walk down the road. All right, so with that, that's gonna be a wrap on our NBA preview. I know I didn't go through every game, but I don't have time to go through every game. And who really wants to talk about the Rockets and the Pistons? There ain't no Harden there, okay? Seriously. And then pretty much, I know what else today. And in Thunder Clippers, I have something for you in a moment. Now let's go ahead and talk some tickets. All right, so now we're talking tickets, and pretty much up first we have ourselves the CBB Primetime Pick 6, and this one is going to be a good one as well, too. The CBB Primetime Pick 6 is going to be a very good ticket. I got it being -6 to Ohio. Then I got Lipscomb -6 as well, too. And we also have St. Peter's +4. And then we also have Troy +11.5 here as well, too. So pretty much with all that, we have 2 good money lines here as well. We're going to go with Oakland money line -115. And then I got Bakersfield for you as well, too, with the PT Pick 6. And they're going to have you at the they're going to be at the mark being they're going to be +160 here. So pretty much let me go ahead and get it up for you guys, the group, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And and there it is, PT Pick 6 coming up for you guys right now, so you guys know exactly what I'm on. And there it is. That should be a very good group, and I think that we can get this group home as well too. So go ahead. I'm gonna give you guys another few seconds to go ahead and look at that bad boy and see what you like, and see and make sure that you guys know you have it up there, and know that I didn't leave you lonely with it. So pretty much go ahead, have at it. And it should be a good night for us in college basketball. Now, let me go ahead, and we got a 60-1 dog pick 4 coming up as well too tonight. And this one is going to be a doozy. This one is going to have a good group a part of it as well. And pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have Cal State Northridge, as I told you guys before. That's our dog of the day. They're going to be +300 today as well too. And that's going to be, to me, I think, man, I would say go ahead and get you a single ticket for that one as well, too. I'm that confident in this team today. I don't know why. I just am, but the thing is, and their point guard is damn good as well, too. I got to go ahead and give him his props as well, too, because he's a pretty good point guard. So we have that. Then we have Stetson at +160 tonight as well, too. Stetson is in a really good spot. I think they should do their thing tonight, +160. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got the Milwaukee game. I know I got Milwaukee for you guys as well too. But the thing is, Milwaukee, we're gonna go ahead and money line them as well too tonight. And then you know what? I love Wyoming at home all the time when it comes down to this team, and I think that tonight they're gonna be able to get game, and they're going to be able to do what they want to do tonight and get a big win, a big win tonight. And I look forward to it. I can't wait to watch that game on CBS Sports. And now let's go ahead and get to the NBA Super High Five. And in the NBA Super High Five, we have ourselves a really good ticket today. This one is going to be 39-1 as well too. I'm looking at it right now, and from what I have here, I have a group that's going to be. Really. It should be, I'm telling you, it should be something that's going to work out very, very well for us, man. I'm just getting it for you guys right now, pretty much on the fly. So NBA Super High Five, 122. Here it is. It's going to be, and it goes a little something like this. We got -3 on the Hornets tonight, under 217.5 on the Magics and Pacers tonight, the +4.5 on the Celtics. And then we also have the Wolves money line +195. And I got the over 219.5 here in the Clippers game tonight. And I think that we should be able to get this back. I think we're going to get this bad boy home, to be dead honest with you. Okay. So pretty much, I want to thank you guys so much. It's been a great first week. Me and my engineer, we're going to be seeing what we can put together for you guys for Monday's show. We're excited every day we do this show now, man. And pretty much, and if you're looking for somewhere to put your ads at and everything like that, go ahead and DM me on the Twitter at PopDiBiase. We can go ahead and situate some things for you as well too. And we can merge together and make some greatness happen as well too. But so with that, I want to go ahead and tell you guys, always bet with your head, never bet with your heart. And when it comes down to it, man, hey, it's a 50-50 bag anyway. But, man, just go ahead and, keep a smile on your face on a daily, But it is what it is. We'll be back Monday at noon. And pretty much this is the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And this is the Primetime Angles Live. And I am
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.